Military innovation has always pushed the limits of what's possible at sea, but sometimes those limits push back. From revolutionary prototypes to proven warships that met catastrophic ends, naval disasters have shaped military history in ways few remember. Today we're counting down the 10 worst military boat disasters of all time. Vessels that aimed to redefine warfare but instead became cautionary tales of ambition, engineering failure, and the sea's unforgiving power. Number 10. Type 22, Missile Hydrofoil, China. Starting our countdown with China's ambitious attempt to create the ultimate coastal defense weapon. The Type 22 missile hydrofoil was designed to be a high-speed platform capable of launching devastating anti-ship missiles while using speed and small size to avoid retaliation. The Chinese Navy built over 80 of these vessels, making it one of the largest missile boat classes ever constructed. The hydrofoil design promised significant advantages in the shallow waters of the South China Sea. But the Type 22 had a fatal flaw. It was essentially a fair-weather fighter. The high-speed catamaran design that made it so fast in calm conditions became a liability when seas got rough. In rough waters, the boats became nearly uncontrollable, with crews reporting violent motion that made weapon systems inoperable. Several vessels suffered structural damage from wave impacts, and at least one was lost due to structural failure in moderate seas. Number 9. Zuba-class LCAC, Russia, Ukraine, Greece. The Zuba-class represents the largest military hovercraft ever built. These massive machines were designed to carry tanks and troops at high speed across any terrain: water, ice, sand, or swamp. The specifications were mind-boggling: 555 tons fully loaded, carrying 3 main battle tanks or 500 troops at 60 knots. But the Zuba's impressive capabilities came with an equally impressive appetite for maintenance and fuel. The complex air cushion system required constant attention, and specialized components meant only a handful of facilities worldwide could perform major maintenance. Several Zubas suffered catastrophic failures of their lift systems, resulting in hard landings that caused structural damage and crew injuries. Greece discovered this the hard way when their single Zuba spent more time in maintenance than service, ultimately becoming too expensive to operate. Number 8. Project 1239 Sivesh Bora-class, Russia. The Bora-class hovercraft corvettes represented one of the most ambitious naval experiments of the Cold War, combining the blistering speed of hovercraft with the firepower of guided missile corvettes. Armed with SSN-22 Sunburn anti-ship missiles, SAN-4 surface-to-air missiles, and a 76mm gun system, these vessels could reach speeds of up to 55 knots, outpacing most traditional warships. Only 2 were ever built, Bora and Samum, as their cutting-edge design came with enormous technical challenges. Maintaining the air cushion systems alongside advanced weaponry required specialized facilities, constant maintenance, and highly trained personnel. The Samum suffered a devastating fire in 1997 that destroyed much of its interior, effectively ending its operational career. The Bora also faced repeated breakdowns and costly overhauls. In the end, the very complexity that made the Bora-class revolutionary ensured its downfall, turning what could have been a naval breakthrough into a cautionary tale of over-engineering. Number 7. Littoral Combat Ship, LCS. The US Navy's Littoral Combat Ship, LCS program was conceived as a bold leap forward, a fleet of fast, modular vessels capable of adapting to any mission through interchangeable mission packages. 2 innovative designs emerged: the Freedom-class monohull and the Independence-class trimaran, both optimized for high speed and shallow water operations. However, the program quickly unraveled under technical and logistical failures. The Freedom class suffered from chronic propulsion issues, with multiple ships crippled by catastrophic gear failures that were costly and time-consuming to repair. Meanwhile, the Independence class developed serious structural weaknesses, including hull cracks so severe on USS Coronado that the Navy restricted its deployment. The long-delayed mission modules, meant to provide flexibility, proved over budget, unreliable, and ineffective in combat testing. What began as a revolutionary vision ultimately became a cautionary tale in over-ambition, poor execution, and the limits of modular naval design. Number 6. Zumwalt-class destroyer, DDG-1000. When the US Navy unveiled the Zumwalt-class destroyer, it was hailed as a glimpse into the future of surface combat, a sleek, radar-defying vessel packed with next-generation automation and weaponry. Its sharp, angular profile was engineered to make the 600-foot ship appear no larger than a fishing boat on radar, a revolutionary concept in maritime design. But such innovation came at an astronomical price, over $4 billion per ship. The centerpiece advanced gun system became useless when ammunition costs skyrocketed to nearly $1 million per round, leading to the removal of the guns altogether. The stealth hull's design also proved troublesome, causing stability issues in rough seas and making maintenance more complex due to its sealed superstructure. During its maiden voyage, the USS Zumwalt suffered multiple propulsion failures that left it powerless. In the end, the program stood as a striking reminder that even the most advanced designs can collapse under the weight of cost and complexity. If you're still watching, you're clearly enjoying the story, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It lets us keep bringing you more videos like this one. Number 5. Pegasus-class hydrofoils, PHM. The Pegasus-class patrol hydrofoils could reach speeds over 50 knots while armed with Harpoon missiles and a 76mm gun. Designed for hit-and-run coastal patrol tactics, 6 vessels were built but quickly ran into problems. The complex hydrofoil systems required constant maintenance and were prone to failure. High-speed operations put enormous stress on hulls and machinery, leading to frequent breakdowns and expensive repairs. Limited range meant they could only operate close to bases. Several vessels suffered catastrophic hydrofoil failures, resulting in high-speed crashes. USS Taurus experienced complete hydrofoil system failure during operations, resulting in a crash that effectively ended the vessel's career. Maintenance costs became so extreme the Navy decommissioned the entire class after less than 20 years. Number 4. Sea Shadow, IX-529. The Sea Shadow was one of the most secretive naval projects of the Cold War, an experimental stealth ship designed to test radar-evading technology through its sharp, angular, and faceted hull that looked more like a spacecraft than a warship. Built in total secrecy and tested only at night, it embodied the cutting edge of naval innovation. However, its unique hull design caused stability problems in rough seas, and the expensive stealth materials proved difficult to maintain. The compromises required for radar invisibility made the vessel impractical for real-world deployment. Despite costing nearly $1 billion, the Sea Shadow never entered active service, spending most of its life hidden in a covered dry dock. Still, it provided crucial insights that later influenced modern stealth ship design, even if it never fulfilled its intended purpose as an operational warship. Number 3. USS Liberty, AGTR-5. The USS Liberty was a state-of-the-art US Navy signals intelligence ship operating in international waters off Egypt during the 1967 Six-Day War. On June 8th, Israeli aircraft and torpedo boats launched a devastating 2-hour assault on the clearly marked vessel, killing 34 American sailors and wounding 171. The attack involved repeated strafing runs, rocket fire, and a torpedo strike that nearly sank the ship. Israel later claimed it was a case of mistaken identity, but many survivors and US officials questioned that explanation. The tragedy exposed serious flaws in naval intelligence operations. The Liberty's advanced electronic systems were powerless against conventional weapons, and its minimal defenses left it vulnerable. The incident led to sweeping changes in how the Navy protected intelligence-gathering vessels, marking one of the most controversial and tragic episodes in US naval history. Number 2. Lund-class MD-160 Ekranoplan, Russia. The Soviet Union's Caspian Sea monster was among the strangest military creations ever conceived. This enormous ground-effect vehicle, known as the MD-160, skimmed just meters above the water, using aerodynamic lift for efficiency while carrying 6 P-270 Mosquet anti-ship missiles. Measuring 240 feet long with a 144-foot wingspan and powered by 8 turbofan engines, it was a technological marvel on paper, but deeply flawed in practice. Ground-effect flight demanded perfectly calm seas, and the craft lacked armor, making it vulnerable and hard to maneuver. The lone operational Lund suffered repeated system failures and accidents, exposing the concept's severe limitations. Despite its staggering cost and ambition, the Ekranoplan proved impractical for combat use, leading the Soviet Union to abandon the program as an expensive and unrealistic experiment in hybrid flight technology. Number 1. USS Thresher, SSN 593. At the top of the list stands the deadliest peacetime submarine disaster in US Navy history, the loss of USS Thresher. As the lead vessel of a new class of nuclear attack submarines, Thresher embodied cutting-edge engineering and was intended to define the next generation of undersea warfare. On April 10, 1963, while conducting deep-diving tests with Navy and civilian personnel aboard, the submarine suffered a critical malfunction. Minutes later, it descended uncontrollably past its crush depth and imploded, killing all 129 people instantly. The subsequent investigation uncovered a series of mechanical and procedural failures. A burst pipe triggered flooding, the emergency ballast system malfunctioned due to ice blockage, and the crew was unable to halt the descent. The tragedy exposed major weaknesses in submarine design, construction oversight, and emergency safety systems, prompting the Navy to overhaul submarine safety standards through what became the SubSafe program. These 10 military boat disasters remind us that innovation in warfare always comes with risks, and sometimes those risks have devastating consequences. The brave sailors who served aboard these vessels paid the ultimate price for military ambition and technological progress. What's the most shocking disaster from our countdown? Share your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe for more military history insights. See you in the next chapter.